Disaster films give us a chance to imagine what it would be like to survive the unthinkable, but from the safety of your living room. We have seen massive leaps forward in the special effects used in movies today that have completely changed the way Hollywood portrays more realistic visual effects, which are critical in any disaster movie made. Today, Movie Spotlights shares our top picks for the best disaster movies. We rate the movies based on the biggest destructive scenes and havoc caused by the disaster and how they are portrayed in the movie. But we aren't including movies with extraterrestrial beings, which are another category. Check out the best apocalypse movies list we also have. Start placing your bets now and be sure to stay tuned to see the most epic destruction movies caused by a disaster in the #1 spot. Remember to hit the subscribe button and give this video the thumbs up if you like. Next on our list, we have the movie Deep Impact, which is about a comet on a collision course with Earth. A large comet triggers a warning for an impending extinction-level event as the dust clouds will block out the sun and bring an end to life as we know it. The US and Russia put together a team of astronauts to alter the comet's orbit path with nuclear bombs to try to stop the comet hitting Earth. The mission is a failure.
Comets are still headed for Earth
and splits the comet into two. The president announces a plan for humanity to survive. 1 million lucky individuals have been selected via a national lottery to survive the extinction event in an underground cavern constructed by the American military. The smaller comet makes impact with Earth in a spectacular fashion, creating a titanic mushroom cloud upwards and outwards at the point of impact. Creates a mega tsunami destroying the eastern seaboard of the United States. It shows how destructive a wave larger than the tallest skyscrapers at 350-foot tidal wave hitting the city and the chaos that ensues. With extinction of human life possible, it displays what is left after the devastation of the wave flooding 650 miles inland, reaching as far inland as Ohio and Tennessee. The forthcoming chaos for the impact of the larger comet. In the meantime, the failed space mission decide to undertake a suicide mission to save Earth and collide with the comet to detonate the nuclear warheads to blow the large comets into pieces that burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. In Greenland, this story describes a detached couple, John and Allison, played by Jared Butler and Marina Baccarin, and their only son, and we follow the family's efforts to get to Greenland, where a military safe place has been made for humanity to refuge and survive the disaster. As fragments from outer space impact the Earth, threatening to wipe out mankind in less than 48 hours. The family was selected for evacuation but were denied entry. The family trekked north to Canada to make a last-minute flight to reach the bunkers. As smaller fragments of the comet enter the Earth's atmosphere, fireballs rain from the sky, destroying cars, people, and downing a helicopter as people scramble to escape. As they reach the airport in desperation, John drives on the runway as the last plane is about to take off. The family manage to get on and fly to Greenland. On approach, shockwaves cause the plane to crash land and the survivors head to the airbase just ahead of impact. This causes worldwide catastrophic destruction of the world. This is not displayed in as much detail as some of the other movies. We have other ones we have in our list. In the movie Pompeii, this movie is set in the historic Roman times in 79 AD, and it's about a slave turned gladiator, Milo, and he finds himself in a race to save his true love, Cassia. As Mount Vesuvius volcano erupts, the movie depicts the destruction that follows, which includes a tsunami during Roman times, which puts an interesting twist not seen in other modern-day world destruction movies. As a volcano is a natural disaster, the film illustrates old-style boats with oars riding up against giant waves and a volcano-rounded balls of ash hailstones being spat up by the volcano. We witness a tsunami wave breaking historic Roman structures, running down the main town street. In the midst of the chaos, Milo wants to save his beloved Cassia. In Netflix apocalypse thriller How It Ends, it is never revealed what the actual cause behind the event is, but the movie does leave clues behind the mysterious event that throws a planet into total chaos. A large seismic event off the Californian coast results in an all power and telecommunications going down, and the entire seaboard having no further information. Tom and Sam's family head to Seattle on a life-changing road trip where they encounter a number of signs that this event is the end of society as we know it today. With the army blockading the main highway out of the city and checking the compass, it shows the magnetic fields have been affected. Things become more dangerous as the outside temperature starts to aggressively rise. On this never-ending pilgrimage, they see flames burning in the remnants of the Seattle skyline in the distance, and evidence of the toxic destruction as the family come across streets ravaged with debris and bodies littered everywhere. Ash covers the entire landscape, and the aftermath of the huge tidal waves, the city has been reduced to ruins in the destruction by the tidal surge. Conspiracy theories in the movie hint to a flipping of the Earth's magnetic poles in order to protect against lethal levels of radiation and solar rays. The switch to the Earth's magnetic fields deflect, causing the apocalyptic levels of mass destruction as we witness a power loss, shifting of tides, and massive waves. In Geostorm, movie's version of the world, a climate-controlled satellite system called Dutch Boy exists.
Thanks to a system of satellites, we can control our weather.
Dutch Boy is controlled at a space station, and the movie stars Jared as Jake goes to a space station and finds that the satellites are malfunctioning, causing severe increased temperatures and fire tornadoes that collapse buildings. He later discovers the system has been tampered with as someone has loaded a virus onto the system. We see the pavement fry an egg and a fiery earthquake ripping up roads, and then 10 buildings falling like dominoes in the city. A global geostorm cataclysm will be caused by the malfunctioning satellites, causing worldwide destruction, and we see hailstorms the size of footballs fall onto the people in Tokyo. And then a cold snap on the Copacabana beach of Rio as people scream in their swimsuits as they are frozen over like an ice age. The virus causes the space station to self-destruct, which cannot be stopped, and as it continues to malfunction, more disasters strike around the world, with tornadoes in Mumbai, a heat wave in Moscow during winter, and a mega tsunami in Dubai. Lightning showering down all over the city streets, twisters, a skyscraper-sized tsunami ripping up the city. In San Andreas, this movie, there are a number of notable, exciting scenes of destruction. California's notorious San Andreas fault triggers a devastating 9.6 magnitude earthquake, which is the largest ever recorded in history. The earthquake cracks open and buildings start to fall apart like dominoes. As Ray Gaines, played by Dwayne Johnson, a Los Angeles search and rescue helicopter pilot, navigates the destruction from Los Angeles to San Francisco to bring a strange wife Emma, played by Carla Guino, and their only daughter Blake, played by Alexandra Daddario. This awesome scene of the iconic Hoover Dam crumbles as the earthquake causes a complete destruction of the dam, as Paul Giamatti is Dr. Hayes, watching helplessly as Kim, played by Will Yun Lee, falls to his death during the collapse of the Hoover Dam, as his leg is trapped by the debris and is washed away by the rushing river. Other exciting movie moments, we see a high-rise building collapsing around Emma as she struggles to get to the roof, where Ray is flying to pick her up before the building collapses. We also witness the total razing of the San Francisco city, including the Golden Gate Bridge. After a mega tsunami hits the Bay Area, where Ray is steering a boat at high speed towards a tsunami wave to get over the crest. Then a lot of high-rise skyscrapers start to collapse one by one due to the tidal surge from the tsunami flooding and trapping Blake and Ollie. In one of our best movies on our list, the movie Into the Storm, we certainly get front row seats to witness the massive destruction that Mother Nature has placed on an unprecedented onslaught of powerful tornadoes and a collection of twisters which ravaged Silvertown. The story follows professional storm trackers led by Pete, played by Matt Walsh, whilst en route to study the phenomenon close up as they predict the worst of the badass cyclones is yet to come. Around the tornadoes form and encircle the team, causing a fire tornado and an explosion. We also witness the convergence of two large tornadoes, resulting in a colossal Category 5 tornado which threatens the town. The terrified residents seek shelter, but the school's storm shelter is inadequate. So Pete's team ushers everyone to a storm drain at the construction site where Pete sacrifices himself to save the people. This film fantastically portrays the tornadoes graphically. Before we reveal the #1 best disaster movie, be sure to subscribe for more and hit the bell notification and give us a thumbs up. If you enjoy witnessing destructive end-of-the-world disasters, you should check out the best apocalypse movie linked above, which covers all apocalypse events, not just those related to disaster. The #1 movie we have ranked as the best disaster film is The Day After Tomorrow. Although one of the older films on the list, director Ronald Emmerich's film spectacularly visualizes the most destructive events ever witnessed and the enormity of numerous disasters happening all over the world, with tornadoes, supersized tsunamis, and an ice age in a single movie, making it one of my most favorite disaster movies of all time. The movie visualizes an enormous superstorm setting off catastrophic natural disasters throughout the world, or tornado shreds the Hollywood sign and other Los Angeles landmarks. Then we see the formation of 2 tornadoes intertwining to join and form a monstrous supersized tornado which destroys Capitol records and strikes Los Angeles International Airport. And then the scene switches to destruction in New York caused by a gigantic surge due to the tsunami. We see the start of an ice age taking place where buildings start freezing instantaneously as Earth starts to freeze. Which is your favorite disaster movie? Which did we miss? Don't forget to check out our other top movie video lists.